it's Anna here. Welcome back to Learning English is Easy. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with your friends. Every week, we discover new stories and learn English together in a fun and easy way. And today, we have a very special story. It's about one of the most famous singers in the world. A woman who started with a dream, a guitar, and a lot of courage. Yes, I'm talking about Taylor Swift. Let's go on a journey together. The real story of Taylor Swift. Part 1. A girl with a big dream. Taylor Allison Swift was born on December 13th, 1989, in a small town called Reading in Pennsylvania, USA. She grew up on a Christmas tree farm with her mom, her dad, and her little brother, Austin. Yes, a Christmas tree farm. Imagine that, growing up surrounded by trees, snow, and music. Taylor's parents were kind and supportive. Her mom, Andrea, used to drive her to singing lessons. Her dad, Scott, was always proud of her dreams. From a young age, Taylor loved music, especially country music. She listened to artists like Shania Twain and Faith Hill, and she dreamed of being like them one day. When she was only 11 years old, she sang the national anthem at a basketball game. Her voice was clear and strong, and people could feel something special in her performance. But what made Taylor different was not only her voice, it was her determination. She started to write songs on her own. She used simple chords on the guitar, but her lyrics came from her heart. Part 2. Learning the guitar and finding her voice. One day, something amazing happened. A computer technician came to her house to fix her parents' computer. While he was there, he showed Taylor a few chords on the guitar. That moment changed her life. She practiced every single day. Her fingers hurt, her hands were small, but she didn't give up. She practiced and practiced until she could write songs easily. Her first songs were about her life, her friends, her feelings, and her dreams. She didn't know it yet, but this style would later make her one of the most loved songwriters in the world. At just 11 years old, she went to Nashville, Tennessee, the home of country music. She gave a demo CD to every record label she could find. But guess what? They all said no. That could have been the end of the story, but not for Taylor. She went home, and instead of giving up, she said to herself, "I'm going to come back. I'm not done." Taylor's parents saw how serious she was. They believed in her so much that they moved the whole family to Hendersonville, near Nashville, so Taylor could be closer to the music industry. She started writing songs every day after school. She played in small cafes, fairs, and festivals. Finally, when she was just 14 years old, she signed a contract with a record label, Big Machine Records. In 2006, she released her first song, Tim McGraw, named after one of her favorite country singers. People loved it. They could feel that she was real. Her first album, called Taylor Swift, was full of songs she wrote herself. They were honest, emotional, and simple, just like the diary of a teenage girl. One of the songs, Teardrops on My Guitar, became a huge hit. Suddenly, everyone wanted to know, who is this young girl writing such deep songs? Part 4. From Small Town to Superstar. After her first album, Taylor didn't stop. She worked harder than ever. She spent hours writing songs on her tour bus, performing in city after city, smiling for her fans. In 2008, she released her second album, Fearless, and it changed everything. Songs like Love Story and You Belong With Me became world famous. Love Story was like a modern fairy tale about Romeo and Juliet, but with a happy ending. The album won 4 Grammy Awards, including Album of the Year. Taylor was only 20 years old. But behind the success, there were challenges too. She faced criticism, pressure, and sometimes mean comments. People made jokes about her songs and who she dated, but Taylor didn't stop. She turned every pain into music. Part 6. The moment that shocked the world. Do you remember the 2009 MTV Video Music Awards? Taylor won the award for Best Female Video for You Belong With Me. She went on stage, happy and surprised, but then something unexpected happened. The rapper Kanye West interrupted her speech. He took the mic and said that someone else, Beyoncé, should have won. Taylor stood there, silent, shocked, and embarrassed. Millions of people watched that moment live. It was hard for her, but she stayed graceful. Later that night, Beyoncé invited Taylor back on stage to finish her speech. That act of kindness showed the world that grace and kindness always win. Taylor could have let that moment break her, but instead, she let it make her stronger. Part 6. Reinventing herself. After Fearless, Taylor released more albums: Speak Now, Red, 1989, Reputation, Lover, Folklore, Evermore, and Midnights. Each one showed a new side of her. She moved from country to pop and then to indie folk. Some people didn't like that at first, but Taylor knew that to grow, she had to change. With every album, she told new stories about love, heartbreak, friendship, and growing up. She used her voice to express emotions that millions of people could relate to. Her song about Shake It Off became an anthem about ignoring negativity and being herself. Blank Space was a clever song about how the media saw her. And songs like All Too Well showed her incredible storytelling power. Taylor wasn't just a pop star anymore. She became a voice for her generation. But success didn't protect her from problems. In 2015, she had a fight with her old record label. They sold the rights to her early music without her permission. For many artists, that would have been the end. But Taylor decided to do something never done before. She started re-recording all her old albums. She called them Taylor's version. This was her way of taking back control of her art. It showed the world that artists should own their work. Many fans supported her and bought the new versions. Her courage inspired thousands of young musicians. Part 8. The woman behind the fame. Behind the fame and lights, Taylor Swift is still a normal person. She loves cats, baking, and spending time with friends. She has 3 cats, Meredith, Olivia, and Benjamin, and she often talks about them online. She also uses her voice for good causes. She supports education, women's rights, and helps people during natural disasters. Taylor has written songs about love and loss, but also about growing stronger. She once said, "Just because you made a mistake doesn't mean you are a mistake." That's a beautiful message, isn't it? Part 9. Lessons from Taylor's story. So, what can we learn from Taylor's story? First, never give up on your dreams. When everyone said no, she said, "I'll try again." Second, work hard. Taylor writes most of her songs herself. That takes time, emotion, and honesty. Third, be true to yourself. She didn't try to be someone else just to please people. She grew, she changed, but always stayed authentic. And finally, use your pain to create something beautiful. Taylor turned heartbreaks into songs that touched millions of hearts. Part 10. The Era of the Eras Tour. In 2023 and 2024, Taylor began the Eras Tour, a celebration of all her musical periods. It became one of the biggest tours in history. Millions of fans came to see her perform songs from every album: country, pop, and folk. People cried, sang, and danced together. It was more than a concert, it was a connection. Taylor said she was thankful every day for her fans, and you could see in her eyes that she meant it. Part 11. The Heart of Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift was not perfect, and that's what makes her special. She feels fear, sadness, and doubt just like anyone, but she keeps creating, keeps dreaming, and keeps believing in herself. She once said, "I want to be known for the things that I create." And today, she is, as one of the greatest songwriters of her generation. Her story is proof that no matter where you come from, no matter how many times people say no, you can still write your own story and sing it loud.
Part 12. A message for you. Before we end, I want to say something to you. If you're learning English, if you're working hard, and sometimes you feel it's difficult, don't stop. You're doing great. Like Taylor, your effort will pay off. Step by step, word by word, you're getting better. And remember, you can be anything you want, just like the girl who grew up on a Christmas tree farm and became a global icon. So keep going, keep shining, and keep learning. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe, like, and share this video. And tell me in the comments, where are you listening from? I love reading your messages and seeing people learning English from all around the world. Thank you so much for listening. This was Anna, and this was Learning English is Easy. See you in the next episode.